Whether it's dirt, gravel, ice, snow, or anything else the unpredictable and unforgiving roads that the Canadian Rally Championship have to offer, current and former champions would tell you that it's not just about how the race is driven, but what it's driven on. Savvy veterans and rising stars alike will tell you that tire choice is crucial to success in rally, the cruelest and most demanding form of motorsports. The right kind of rubber can go a long way in these Canadian conditions, where every kilometer can be a battle. And battle they did, a couple of former champions dueling it out all season long for a chance to be the last one standing. A battle they fought using the rubber that's burned its tread into Canadian rally history, Yokohama Performance Tires. The 2011 Canadian Rally Championship kicked off in Maniwaki, Quebec at the 46th annual Rally Perce-Neige. These roads have a proven past of giving even the most skilled drivers trouble, and this year would be no different.
It's a bit of fluff on top of ice, so it's a typical Perce-Neige, maybe a bit trickier than a few years before, but the Yokohama tires are the best tires for these conditions. Even if you look at the other cars sponsored by some of the other manufacturers, they're still running Yokohama tires, and it's the best tire to have for these conditions.
Very icy in some places, and some places there's like no snowbanks, so it's going to be hard and tricky. But the Yokohama IG20, same tire that you can buy and put on your car for every day. That's what we're using here, and it's been working very well in the past. And I'm confident these Yokohama will be the right tire too this weekend.
A quick start saw the combatants at the top of the leaderboard early on, but with a mix of snow and ice covering the roads, each competitor had to analyze their arsenal of Yokohama tires and gamble on which one to run.
It's a bit of a gamble. I see that Pat now is putting snow tires, and I'm not too sure about it, so we'll see.
Whether or not Richard's choice would have paid off was spoiled by a failed intercom and a blown front wheel in the later stages, leaving Antoine Lestage to complete a steady rally to take the first win of the season.
It's been a perfect rally, no mistakes, and thanks to my sponsor, Yokohama, the tires were great. Car ran flawless. It's just a perfect start.
With one rally in the books, it was time to head west to Calgary, Alberta to face a whole new set of challenging roads at the Rocky Mountain Rally. While the backdrop of the mountains in Calgary are always gorgeous, consecutive rainy days had made for some seriously slick and muddy roads. Heavy snow over the mud made for an unpredictable day of rallying.
Very difficult conditions. We'll have to go hard right from the word go, and I'm expecting a good battle.
It's going to be a tough event. The weather, as usual at the Rocky Mountain Rally, is going to be very variable. Yeah, the Yokohama tire is the best tire for these kind of conditions. They got the best snow tire, they got the best mud tire, and that's what we're going to be running.
Given Richard's fourth place at the Rally Perce-Neige, he would be attacking all out in an effort to catch up in the championship points race. The roads proved to be just as tough as expected for all drivers. Regardless, Richard's experience granted him a lead through the first half of the day, which he credited to the state-of-the-art tires from Yokohama.
The tire that Yokohama brought, which is the AO31 mud tire, has been fantastic. It is the right choice for these conditions, but we're still having to fight pretty hard to actually stay on the road.
A fight that Richard would ultimately lose. An unexpected 50-meter water trap sent Richard off the road where he made contact with a post. The damage kept Richard from hitting the pace he needed and clocked in behind Lestage by 5.3 seconds in one of the closest finishes in the history of the Rocky Mountain Rally. A second-place finish would keep him in the hunt, setting up for an exciting start to the next event in the championship, the fan favorite Rally Baie de Chaleur in New Richmond, Quebec. With spectators lining the roads, the competitors faced a long and challenging event where endurance was the key. The road surface wasn't quite snow and ice this time around, rather gravel over some clay. Gravel tires were the weapons of choice, but that didn't make the rally any easier to drive.
It's crazy muddy and it's really greasy out there, so it's a handful trying to keep the car on the road.
A number of mechanical issues for both teams saw the lead change from day 1 to day 2 with the eventual win for Lestage. With half the season over, Lestage had set a commanding lead for his second Canadian Rally Championship in a row, going into the next event, the Rally Défi in Saint-Agathe-des-Monts, Quebec. With the sun shining and the clear blue skies, the competitors were treated to a perfect rally on these legendary roads. 23 special stages, some with a unique combination of gravel and tarmac standing between the competitors and the podium, roads that could wreak havoc on a lesser tire. With Yokohamas mounted, both teams came out with guns blazing, boasting impressive times one after the other.
The times are very close with Pat, so it should be a good battle tomorrow.
But what started as an epic battle between champions turned into a heartbreaking defeat for one team, based on a technicality.
Organizer decided to exclude from the rest of the rally on car number 2 of Pat Richard.
With Richard out, Lestage cruised to an easy victory, all but clinching his 4th Canadian Rally Championship. It was a hard loss for Richard, but he didn't make it this far in his career to let something like that keep him down. With the championship all but decided, the teams headed west one last time to British Columbia for the Pacific Forest Rally, Richard's home event. Back in the car with Richard was champion co-driver Alan Ockwell, and the two picked up right where they left off. Richard and Ockwell led the teams as they attacked the treacherous ridge roads where sudden drop-offs demand maximum grip.
We can go hard everywhere on the rough stuff, and the compounds are great, so I'm really happy with that.
Richard held off Lestage, earning the victory while Lestage officially clinched the championship. But even with the championship decided, none of the competitors lacked rally spirit, and going into the Rally of the Tall Pines in Bancroft, Ontario, much more than points were on the line. A record 60 teams, including Rally America champion David Higgins, were on hand. With Yokohamas mounted and ready to blaze their way through the soft gravel-covered stages, both champions were ready to attack in this no-holds-barred grudge match.
I don't like to hold things back, so I'm going to try to go for it.
I want to win, so let's try to finish the season on a high note.
And push Lestage did, posting outstanding times all morning, leaving everything he had out on the stages, literally. A broken gearbox would end both competitors' days early, Lestage early on in the day and Richard later that evening, leaving young gun Leo Erlichich to claim his first ever national victory. The 2011 season was one to remember. A new chapter of the Canadian Rally Championship now in the books, we saw the rise of one champion and the struggles of another. Rally is unpredictable and certainly not easy. If it were, the rewards would not be worth the effort. Back-to-back championships for Lestage and an encouraging end for Richard had both competitors looking forward to the 2012 season. And they'll be back, running state-of-the-art Yokohama performance tires. Battling the extreme conditions and the elements is nothing new to these champions. Both have seen and driven it all. That's why when it comes to tire selection, there's no better choice than Yokohama performance tires.